Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Now What? That's what you got to say. It's not now what. It's now what? Because what a world we live in.
I'm always surprised at why you're always surprised when we're live.
Because I'm always doing something else. It's called the deficit. I forget what it's called. I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, yeah, what an exciting show we have today. Do we?
It's always exciting.
Yeah, it is, because our good friend and everybody's good friend, Big Daddy Taz, is on in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of neat stuff going on. And now he's got this awesome chicken sandwich that you can help him with, help kids. Isn't that the perfect combo? I think it is. Well, fries and a drink would be a perfect combo.
Yeah.
But we'll find out what you can do.
Or pierogies in the drink.
You had to wait. He and I both were watching what we watched. We were watching a movie upstairs in the living room.
Yeah.
I fell asleep. You fell asleep. And then you kicked my foot. And I was reading this great book. I'm a Kennedy fan, as you know. I'm from Massachusetts. Called The Last Lie, a New York Times bestseller. The Fall and Rise of Ted Kennedy.
Was Kennedy from Massachusetts?
Oh, shut up!
No, I don't know.
Of course he was.
I'm a Canadian. What do I know about Kennedy?
Really, let's not show our ignorance here. Of course, the Kennedys made Massachusetts. Hyannisport. I partied at their compound, and I was sitting there reading with my Ted Kennedy teddy bear from the 1980.
Oh my God, that's not just. I thought you taped the.
No,
paper
that's just from his campaign.
Just so you can see on the screen, that is actually a rubber face on there. I thought it was actually the look on it.
No.
Looked like you printed off a picture.
No, that's really Ted Kennedy's face.
Taped it on.
I have a lonely life.
You do.
I
No
know.
wonder.
Yeah, leave me alone.
But hey, I got a question for you.
What is that?
Where's the weirdest place you've ever had a zit? I don't mean like a location like at the mall or something, but like
I've had questions like that, but never about a zit.
yeah, on a zit. Where's the most painful?
What? Okay, first of all,
I'll tell you why.
No, I want to know why now before I answer.
Because I'll
Is it gross?
No, it's not gross.
All right, I'd say earlobe.
Earlobe. Okay, mine is right on the back of the ear here, and I put my head down on the pillow and almost cried. It is so much pain.
Aren't you a little old for zits?
No, everybody gets zits. It's like an ingrown hair or yeah.
Yeah, thanks for making everybody barf their friggin' meal. Someone just ordered Taz's chicken sandwich and is now vomiting because of you.
Well, that's probably because of the sandwich.
No, it is not. Boy, you better not knock that, pal. Yeah, so we got a lot of neat stuff.
Darlene says her worst one.
Oh, here we go.
Was there. I'm not going to even say. I'm just going to let you read it. Thanks, Darlene. Not exactly where I'd want one. That's
I don't even want to continue with this conversation.
No, I just wanted to know about that.
Stop it!
Isn't my ear a weird place to get it?
For Christ's sake, shut up.
No.
All right, fine. I don't want to know about anything.
Isn't that a weird place to get one?
How you doing, everybody?
Yeah.
Glad to see you. Happy 2021. We've already
just checking
away
your
from my
ears.
head.
Just checking your ears.
All right, let's bring on Taz so you
Don't
can
make me
stop
knock
talking.
you down. You know I can do it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. Taz!
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Just checking for zits.
He's checking for zits. Where's the weirdest one you've ever had?
Oh, come on. How did this become part of the show?
Well, because I got one on my ear.
No one cares.
Well, Mark, after all this talk of zits, I just want to pop you.
You and me both, pal. Taz, it's so good to see your cherub-like face.
Oh,
Now,
thank you very much. I have a chair-like face. What?
Yeah, not
Cherub.
cherub. Like an angel.
That's a
Angelic.
type of tomato.
Yeah, okay.
That Kennedy doll is worth about $175, buddy.
Is this one really?
Yep.
Not after what
It's
he's
got the
done to it.
original ribbon. This was from his 1980 presidential campaign.
It is. Yeah. I sold one. I sold one like that about 3 years ago, 150 US without the ribbon.
Really? Well, this is the original ribbon. And it comes with a little car that drives off a bridge. I told you not to drive that
I
way.
don't think that was.
Now you can do here.
The car had a mind of its own.
I had no idea what happened. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so, well, that's true.
The windshield was very blurry, and,
Now, before we get into the thousands of things you're involved in, you mentioned that you are a huge collector of a number of wonderful things.
Well, I used to be more so before COVID.
Oh, I know.
Now I started, because my comedy career is on hold. I've gone back to, as you know, before I sort of was able to make a living, I was buying and selling antiques and collectibles and oddities and everything. So I started to do that again. So it's a lot of fun. It's hard because with COVID I can't go. There's no auctions. There's no There's no garage sales, and the thrift stores just opened up again. So if anybody out there's got some collectible stuff they want to get rid of, I pay fair prices. I don't try to hose anybody, but I still need to make money. My business partner and I bought 1,170 8-track tapes in November, and
Yeah.
I think we have 30 left. So we got.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
it was a lot. It was a truckload. It was a half-ton truck and the back seat full of 8-track tapes.
I had a 68 Camaro with blue fur on the dashboard with an 8-track player in it.
Unfur, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And GL60 slicks on the back with air shocks. Slicks mean no tread.
Yeah, like this.
Really?
Yeah, just like that. That's it. You should film yourself going out and look at some of this stuff. We'd love to show that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm trying to make a bit of a show out of it, and then I got a lot of irons in the fire, and just waiting for somebody to help me start the fire, I suppose.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, I love the hunt. I have a garage full of, as you know, my old place had a big shop in the back, 1,000 square foot shop. Now I've got to jam everything that I had in there in a much smaller garage and see if I can get everything in there. So lots of shelves.
Yes.
You guys can become the Winnipeg Pickers.
Winnipeg Pickers. That's right.
Winnipeg Picker.
Now you were mentioning.
I hate getting a zit on the inside of my nose. That's the most.
Oh, is that a horrible
There we
place?
go again.
And then when you try to blow your nose, it hurts.
It does, and then you go, and then that's it. That's just the good Lord's way of going shush. Like that's I don't wish anybody to get anything bad, but I do sometimes. I'm like, I hope you get one of those zits that's on the inside of your nostril, on the very inside, just like not here, but like inside and up a little bit, so that every time you breathe in, you realize
in that little dip just underneath the tip.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The dip tip zip.
Yeah, and then you can have an offshoot show called the Nose Pickers.
The nose pickers. I just did that joke a little while ago. If you're paying attention to the show,
I don't think I heard that.
Zing, 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 zing. Take that.
Don't take anything I say the wrong way, Mark, as a joke or anything.
No.
I'd never take it as a joke.
So tell us how this whole and what it's for. The whole chicken sandwich thing.
Is it? Oh, the chicken sandwich. Okay, it's you and I when we talk, we need to you and I need to hand out maps during our show. Remember when we used to do a 2-man show and people would be like, "Are they going to finish any sentences?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Back in the days.
Yeah. So the chicken sandwich, Lori called me. Lori is the owner of the Chicken Chef and the daughter of the original Crater Chicken Chef in Carmen there. She's been having me on her morning, good morning sort of feeds for a long time. And what happened was she's always been a good supporter of the Tassie Reach program and my mental health stuff. And then she said, "Hey, I got an idea. Can I name a sandwich after you, the Tassie?" I said, "No, you can't, but you can call it the ABK burger because I'd rather it be known as the Always Be Kind burger." Because and she said, "Well, make one spicy and one regular." And then she said, "And 50 cents from every one purchase will go towards my Tassie Reach program," which is good because I skipped reading tonight to be with family because I've been taking Sundays for myself, right?
Sure.
And yesterday was 659 books or something, 659 or 669 books, and it was day 290 in a row. So it's kind of
now we're assuming that everybody knows what you're talking about when you read to kids.
Oh, sorry, I read
over North America and the UK.
John, and today I was reading him on the couch and he fell asleep with Mark. It was nice; they were snuggled. And it's so every day at 7:30 in the evening, I read on my on Taz Norris, my Facebook page, and I read 2 stories to kids. And I started doing that on March 18th, the day I found out that I lost a year's worth of work, and I was so depressed, and I was just despondent, and just needed a place to an outlet. I needed a stage. And so I half jokingly said to Miss Christie, my wife, I said, maybe I'll just read to kids, because I was also supposed to be at schools all this during this time as well. So
Yeah.
she said okay, and then I sort of half mentioned it. Would anybody be interested? And we got so many crazy amount of my first video that I shot within about a month had 5,000 views.
That's great.
It was crazy, yeah. And then I've made some. It's been the silver lining here. So then I started reading at 10:30 in the morning and 7:30 at night. And then when kids went back to school, I just started at 7:30. So that's what I've been doing.
That's fantastic.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's
We
awesome.
actually sent you a question there, Taz.
Oh, I don't have that.
She
I
goes,
have three really VHF. How much are they worth? It would depend if it depends if it's a clamshell or the clamshell version, and which picture it has on the front. There's 2 or 3 different versions of a Free Willy, and which used to be my stage name, by the way.
Really? That's what got you arrested at a playground.
Yeah, it was also a promotional giveaway that nobody took advantage of.
Oh yeah. So here we are, 3 entertainers with nothing else to do.
Oh, who else is on?
I'm gonna kick you right in the.
He does a DJ stuff, you know.
Oh,
There's
you're
no
gonna kick me
way.
right, you're gonna kick me right in my zit, are you?
I'm gonna pop you in the zip. Oh,
Oh no, Mark knows I love him.
There you go.
He just said the tip. Well, of course, it's 20%, like everybody else.
hey, do you know why Jewish men are
Oh,
circumcised?
here we go.
Well, I don't want to know if it's any kind of a racial joke, but go ahead.
No,
Oh, Jewish women like everything 20% off.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm back. Your mother's watching, you know, and she's totally offended.
Probably.
She's
What do you
morally
think of
offended.
the joke?
Yeah, my family tells more Jewish jokes than I think anybody I know.
Well, you might want to preface this by saying you're
I am
Jewish.
Jewish, yes. Well, anybody who's watched the show knows I'm Jewish.
Well, there you go. Oh my God. So Taz, what do you think it's going to be like once? I hate to use the term "get back to normal" because none of us.
The normal. We don't have a normal again. We're never going to have a normal the way we had before. Whatever it is, it's going to be. I hate you know this, and people hate me for saying this, but it is what it is. It's going to be. It's going to be something we're going to have to conform to. Something that we're going to have to change. You know, us playing to 1,000 people and 500 people, and that's not going to happen for a long time. If years, probably. You know.
Wow.
And I know that I'm doing a lot more virtual shows. I got one tomorrow morning at 7:00 in the morning. Thank you, booking agent me. But well, look at, you know, that was that's why I want and need the work. I should also make sure that I know time zones. They're like, oh, we're from Workplace Safety North. Sure, I'll do it. What time? 8:30. Perfect. Where are you? Yeah. Oh, Ontario. Okay, so done. So
yeah, I did one for a company in Halifax. So
Yeah.
time zone didn't even come into play.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, back in August, I did a wedding for 42 people. It was so strange. It was surreal. That was the max they could have, and it was just weird not playing for 120, 200. It's like,
Well, you know what? The last show that I did before COVID was 3,300 people, and the first show I did after COVID was 6 people in the backyard. It was
yeah, no kidding. Isn't it humbling?
Yeah. And you know what? Somebody said I'm never doing these shows. I'm never doing these online shows. You know, but it's beneath me. I'm like, you know what? Your job isn't to. The first thing I had to do was take my ego out of the equation.
Absolutely.
And you know what I did? I volunteered at Rumors to do and they were doing these Facebook live shows, which were terrible because you can't see people. Like, well, why don't you just do a Facebook live show? Well, because we need to interact the way we're interacting right now. Otherwise, you guys would just be answering questions, and you'd be asking questions, and nobody be listening.
Yeah.
Like now. But what it's. You know, Mark has the baseline, and he knows that's when that's what everybody's grooving to. Our baseline is the crowd, is the laughter, and I think it's very funny right now that don't move, John. Seriously, go back, tilt your head this way a little bit. There you go. Hang on, I'm just gonna take a quick picture here. Do not
Isn't that his great hair?
Yeah, he's got his hair is about, there we go.
Take a picture of this.
Oh,
Of your head right
I wish you should go like this, like raise yourself up a little bit, and it would be perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like I'm on one of those carnival things where you stick your head through.
She's like, what? Who was it? Darlene was saying the other day that my
Yeah.
head was right in line with my hat.
Like the ones in the bathroom? No. What? Anyway.
What?
Who? The one.
What bathroom?
The
Why am
whole
I in your bathroom?
I don't know. Never mind. It was a whole different joke.
Okay, really? Because I've never actually. I have been in your bathroom.
Not in my bathroom.
I've been in your house.
Hey, what are you doing? I don't have those in my bathroom.
I handed you the soap.
No, you didn't. It wasn't me.
Okay, it wasn't me. Must have been two different
Pearl
people.
Lives. But you know, it's it's going to be what it is, right? And I did the show with Rumors, and we had sound problems. It was echoey, and then we had to start again. We had to start again, and we had to start again. And the third time we started, I was just deflated because I didn't know anybody was watching. I went to my car and I sat in it and I bawled like a baby. I was just crying. I'm like, is this what we're going to be reduced to? Is this how comedy is going to be? Am I going to be able to do it? And I was feeling terrible that I'd let everybody down. I was just upset beyond belief. And because 30 years in this business, as you know, and within a few days, it's changed, right?
Yep.
So
overnight. Yep.
Overnight, yeah, literally. And so I was sitting there crying, and then my phone started making the bling 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 sound, that of people emailing, and people were like, "Oh, it was. I know it was hard for you to do. Thank you. We needed that. Thank you. It was about the crowd, as the show always should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm going to write. I was doing we did something on New Year's, and they called it Hindsight 2020. You were busy, Johnny, with work, and we couldn't do the interview with you, but we want to do it again. And
Okay.
it was, and I asked people about questions for 2020, and they wanted to call it Hindsight 2020. I wanted to call it Frequently Asked Questions 2020 FAQ, so that when you put it up, it looked like this. And if you just sound it out, yeah, perfect, right?
I love it. I love it. Oh man, I tell you. But you brought up a good point, and you've dealt with this. We talked about this. Our friends have talked about this. For everybody, not just entertainers, the mental drain this has on literally everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just mind blowing, and it's hard to keep your head above water mentally, and you've got to constantly reinvent things, even if it's your own home people.
I had to reinvent Go for the Cure last year.
That's right.
Because, I couldn't have a hall of 200 people. I had to do it all online. And the biggest problem was I don't have a dance floor. I can't see how people are reacting to the music. So I'm doing the best I can say, okay, well, I know people tend to dance to this or like to dance to that. But that's not always the same thing. Every crowd is so different. But then I'm not playing to a crowd. I'm playing to individuals.
No, but what
and that's it too. And no offense to you, Mark, but you've got your music to rely to. It doesn't matter if you put on a song. You put on a song. You got 3 minutes or 6 minutes or 7 if it's Stairway, right? Or whatever it is, where you can take a break. But as a comedian, we can't do that. We need every second that we're acting or interacting has to be fed to the crowd, and the crowd has to feed us. And that's what I was trying to explain to people. And they're all, a prima donna. That's not. We had one charity that said, "Well, just pre-record it." I said, "No, there's no crowd. I'm not going to pre-record it. I'm going to call other comedians." And I said, "You know what? I think you should take my expertise on this and just get some musicians, because a musician can play a song, because and it's a musician. I don't know how to say this without sounding catty, but a musician doesn't need to have the crowd reaction, because it's got he or she is, or they are in this." They're in their music. They're playing
their art form, and the music stands for itself.
Yes,
well, exactly. And the beat is, they create the beat, whereas the crowd creates our beat, right? And the only silver lining of this whole thing is that everybody is going to know what mental health is like.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Let's
mental
talk
health.
about that a little more. Let's talk about the fact that there are people right now really dealing with that, and the resources are, people
There's
getting
no, yeah, there was limited resources before,
right.
and now there's hardly. I mean, they're so stretched. And I'll tell you, John, and I'm very open about my struggles. This depression was the worst I've had in 15 years.
Yeah.
This was. I mean, we lost our. I don't want to say we lost our house. We decided we're gonna. We came home and it was gone. No, but we decided that we needed to. So here's what happened. I invested in a couple of companies, and right around COVID, they were both going to launch at World of Wheels. No World of Wheels. The one company that I was invested a bunch of stuff into was a U.S. based thing, and they're not even around anymore because they were just starting out. And so I piled my money into what I thought was some good stuff, and within a month or two, we're like, Christy and I are like adrift.
Yeah.
So we decided we'll sell the dream house, and I love that house. I love the property, and I love that. And I decided to sell my some cars and stuff. It's first world problems, right?
Sure.
I mean, and then I went into a depression because I thought I had screwed up so bad, and this depression was deep enough. It was almost a grave. I'm going to be honest with you. It was just I would never harm myself, and I would never do that. But I did wake up many days going, I've got everything I can do under control right now. If you decide that tomorrow is the day I die, universe, then I'm okay with that, because I didn't want to keep, and it was, I talked to my family about it, and we talked to my psychiatrist and things, and it wasn't, it wasn't that I was suicidal.
No,
but I was just so many of us
just done.
Tired. Well, and Marky, what happened, brother, was and I was still fielding calls from people that were way more famous than I am, and calling me for my advice on mental health. And I was so upbeat to them, and then I would hang up, and I was just so drained.
It's hard to be other people's rocks.
It really is, or a role. But
I caught that one.
It's really tough.
I lost that one.
You lost it.
I just, people out there, if you need, seriously, talk to somebody. There's no shame. I mean, I deal with it. I've dealt with addiction. Now I'm dealing with the big C. I'm dealing with a lot of things. And first time
quit calling Mark a name like that. That's not appropriate.
I'm not allowed to spell it or say it.
Yeah, the thing is I've gotten used to it now.
Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, everybody's got
Calls
something.
you a kohlrabi. What?
Huh?
Calls him a kohlrabi.
That's right.
I know what you're talking about, though. I mean, there was a point in time before John moved in with me. Before I was living in this home, I was living in a much smaller home. It was literally a third the size of what we're living in now, and we're not living in anything humongous. And I was living alone, and there were nights where I'd go to bed worried that if I die in my sleep, how long is it going to be before somebody finds me? My depression was going so far down, I had to get out of that house. And then I got into this where there was some room to breathe, some room to move, put up some of my, when John moved in, I finally put up a bunch of my collectibles.
Yeah, because his former partner wouldn't let him put them up. She was against that. And you know me, Taz, every wife I've ever had has a lot of my stuff in the house. That was a good part.
No, I mean, when I'm feeling bad, I look at that and say, you know what? I'm grateful. I've got things that make me happy. I've got a decent home. I've got a friend that lives with me and sometimes comes upstairs to talk to me. But all of that.
Mark, you and I talked. Well, you and I had talked about it during that time too, when you were working over, and we would talk. I mean, it's.
And you were very helpful to me. I'll tell you that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that to. I appreciate you saying that.
No, I realized
I said that because. Sorry, I got an OCD and my camera was crooked. Oh no, it's not. It's a computer. Okay.
Yeah, it's your head.
But the thing is that you talked about it, and that's what made it okay, right? We all you know what changed me, my mind about how depressed I was. I'm laying on the couch and I'm crying, and Weebeast comes up and says to me, Daddy, what's up? And we're talking. And he goes, well, you realize this is happening to you, but not because of you, right?
I
And
didn't know the babe,
I just
right?
went, you know, I'm so glad that I'm open about my mental health struggles with my boys because it's important, right?
Sure it is.
You know, I wasn't as open with Joshy and until he was older, and now he's the rock for his friends, and Kyler. This is the first year Kyler hates going to school because his cohort doesn't include any of his friends, and it's not only because he's lonely; it's because he says my friends can't talk to me about their problems.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people can't, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Is these times are unprecedented. There's pressures on even the strongest of person. So you know what? Talk to somebody. Pick up the phone. Just say, "Hey, what's up? Can we have a coffee? Whatever." Just blow that little bit of steam off that'll keep the lid from blowing off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly right. I say that I got to let a little pressure out, or I'm going to destroy the kitchen. Right? That pressure cooker is just my anger and self-hate came back 50-fold. And Johnny, you know what I used to be like before I sort of got more self-compassion, and I hated myself so much. And
How are you feeling these days, though?
How
are you feeling these days?
That's really none of your business. But we
okay, I'm just going to go over there now.
Sit down, mister. No, you know what? I'm okay. I know that this reading to kids and being open to the kids and doing these mental health things that I'm doing on the Safe at Home Manitoba grant that I put together a grant that we'll do a mental health talk show once a week. And it gave me a purpose, a drive, and I'm working on a trivia show as well with another group of people, and it's given me a drive. It's given me something to do. It's given me hope. And then some of the shows came in, and then I did the Santazi thing where I was a friend of Santa's, and there's no kids watching your show. He feels with his hands. Is Self-Anatomy by Braille, but it's once I was able to start making people laugh, I felt better. Once I started hearing from the parents saying, "Hey, I'm glad you talk about your dyslexia. I'm glad you talk about this. I'm glad you talk about that." Did you guys move?
We went over to the Batcave.
It made me feel better about who I was. It made me give myself a purpose, and it's really awesome, you know. And the day that I got recognized, we're at you spelled Friday wrong. The day that I got recognized that we're at Sobeys shopping, and I had my mask on, and a little girl goes, "Are you Big Daddy Taz?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "I recognize your eyebrows."
Oh. Yeah, that gives it away. There's a dead giveaway when you're the old Saint Nick buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not for Saint Nick, but for reading, right? The reading, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I feel great. I feel awesome. I feel hopeful. I feel alive again. I feel that I had to go through this all this manure and get covered in the manure so that I could bring some of that shit home so I could start growing flowers.
Now, why did you just say manure to be nice 2 times and then just say shit?
Because manure is a little different than shit. Manure is manure, and shit is what I was going through.
Okay, guys, do you know how many beeps I'm going to have to put in here for the show on Shaw?
No, how many fucking beeps do you have to put on Shaw?
Shaw should be a beep.
What? What are you doing?
Looking where you're going to land.
Shut up. No. Anyways, but okay, let's touch on a couple more things, actually. One, you mentioned the kids, but you started dealing with kids a lot sooner than just reading to them. I don't mean just reading. That's very important.
I know what you mean.
Anti-bullying, because the bullying thing now with kids staying home more, the cyberbullying has gone up. I don't remember the exact percentage, but it
was over 600% or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. Just ridiculous. And it's like, you know, bullying, everybody's been a victim of it.
I lived through horror when I was here in Winnipeg. When I was growing up, I was Jewish. I was here in the Maples. I was Jewish in an area. I was dark in a white area. I lived near low rental area, and they didn't like me because I didn't live in the low rental area.
So you got bullied from
I was being bullied from every angle. I was a patrol, and they actually allowed me to keep a baseball bat on my patrol spot because I was beaten up 5 or 6 times.
Instead of stepping in.
Well, no, they couldn't get there in time.
Oh,
Right. But I was beaten up 5 or 6 times by groups of 2 or 3 kids.
wow.
What you know what's terrible? When I was in grade 12, my brother Mickey came into the school. He's in grade 10 now, and people said you got to stop bugging Mark because his brother just came into the school. He terrified people. Me, I was a pushover. I was so I wouldn't fight back. I was a pacifist.
I wouldn't fight until one day I did, and then that was it.
Yeah, I left you in a good one in Manitou, wasn't it? Was it Manitou? Remember that?
That's a nice shirt there, buddy. Does it come in men's? And then he puts it there, and then they were probably going to let that go, and then you went like that. You got something on your shirt, you go boop and hit the guy in the nose, and him and his 2 brothers hadn't seen the show, Johnny. They hadn't seen the show. They didn't
know we were comedians. No. But let's.
I'm just going to go back to my room. I go, John, I'm just going to step outside with these 2 guys here, and John goes, I count 3. John says.
Now that was back in the day when the beer was flowing, and I didn't mean to leave you in a bar fight, but I didn't notice there was one.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know what?
Yeah.
You know,
I'll
Delora.
get you back. I'll leave the problem.
Put that comment back up there, Mark, please. The one from Delora.
Delora.
Is that what? I don't have my glasses on. You had Delora.
It goes, oh my God, cyberbullying is very scary to the point some have killed themselves.
Yeah, that's so
on
true.
video. It's scary. There needs to be something to stop it.
So true.
In schools, let me say this. In schools, there needs to be a mental health program.
Yes.
It needs to be a mandatory mental health program. It needs to address not only bullying, but self-esteem. And that's why I go into schools. And John, that's what this whole conversation started with. I've been going to schools now for 25 years almost. And at the very beginning, I had to fib to them and say, I'm just going to read it. I'm just reading a book. But the book was about bullying, and the book was about self-esteem. And now they would bring me in to talk to kids about bullying and things like that. And I'm trying to get Kyler, my young one, Wee Beast, I call him, to come into the schools and talk about bullying and good self-esteem. You see, if you have good self-esteem and you love yourself, you can never be bullied. You can get picked on. You can be, but you'll know that it's not a flaw in your character; it's a flaw in theirs, and that's what I'm trying.
Well, but I think, Tazzy, a couple points I want to make. Number one, having your son in there might relate more to kids because kids see an adult come in and talk, and all they hear is bark, 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 right?
Yeah.
Even though you're a comedian and you make it lighthearted, but important, and
It's still an adult talking to the kids.
But that's a great angle to have. But the cyberbullying itself is A, hard to regulate, B, hard to punish, and you're behind. I think you posted something the other day. Everybody's a big mouth behind a keyboard, right?
Everybody's loudest behind their keyboard.
Yeah,
Here's the thing too that I tell all the kids.
Right?
I tell all the kids this: they also have a responsibility not to visit the sites where they're getting bullied, to just delete those sites. But we're creatures that want adulation, and instead of finding self-adulation, we hope other people will say, "Oh, good show," or "You did really good," or "I love you," or this. We crave that positive attention. Now, that I always tell the kids too. I said, you have a responsibility not to go on those sites. But one of the best things about cyberbullying, and I hate to say it like that, is that there's now a written record. There's generally a written record of what is said, right?
There's a cyber.
But the laws are not perfect. They're not, and they're not enforcing in the schools. I'll tell you a story because I can, and you can mute me if you want. But
Well, go ahead.
no,
Well done. That was well done.
Thank you.
I actually had to look at it.
You
I
can
had to
mute me if
look
you
to
want,
see if
but
I muted you by accident.
Go ahead, Tazzy.
How do I put this? Because the people don't want their names used. I was privy to in a small town, there was somebody, some kids getting picked on by this bully.
Right.
So the mother stepped up and said, "Hey, that's enough of this," and called the principal. The principal said, "Well, we have a no bullying thing," and she said, "Well, how about this? How about you get off your arse and you enforce that? It's okay to have that, but you need to enforce it." So I want to have a meeting with this kid's parents, because my kids are coming home bruised, not only of ego but bruised. So the principal, this knucklehead, accidentally sends her includes her on the message that he sends to the father, and says this: if you feel this is something you think we should discuss, come into the school and we'll discuss it. That's what he said to the father of the bullies.
Wow.
Okay, let me repeat that. Right, this armpit said, if you think that we need to discuss this about your son, we will make not come in.
No.
And we'll discuss this. Not your son stays home.
No.
Well, it creates low self-esteem. Well, guess what? If you do something wrong, there's consequences.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
If I swear at Tassie Reeds, they're going to shut it down.
Absolutely.
If I swear or do racist humor at a corporate event, I'm not getting hired. I'm not getting paid.
Absolutely.
Right.
If I'm not paying attention where I'm walking and I walk into the couch, it's not the couch's fault. As much as I swear and yell and call it things, it's not the couch's fault, right?
Right.
So
Especially if you're on the sidewalk.
it's it's actually Chicken Chef's fault, because I've been eating a lot of them sandwiches and I can't see where my toes are.
There you go.
But it's the kids need to be punished. Well, no, there needs to be consequences. Well, their punishment is they don't go to school. Well, the mums and dads can't afford to take time off school. Well, of work. Well, guess what? Then maybe they'll talk to their kids.
Too bad.
Right? And I know that's such a. I know I'm going to get letters and stuff. My
Go
email
ahead.
is johnyoungberg@gmail.com. But the best part about having a John Youngberg name is nobody can spell it, so you never get any of the hate mail that I get.
Oh, I get letters from lawyers. I get lawyers' letters.
Yeah.
If lawyer is spelled JL. LJ. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You know me 30 years.
I know. Lugnut. I called you Lug. Well, I called you something else the first time I met you.
At the Rainbow Motel in Swift Current.
I've been calling them
the Rainbow Hotel. But I mean, back to what we were talking about, which is puppies. What?
No.
It's
Blue bikes.
it's about and the other problem is my friends of mine have had a problem, and she said, will you go and talk to the father? And I went over and said, hey, can we talk about it? And he got right in my face right away.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, so this is where it's coming from. You know,
the apple, right? The apple tree.
Oh, there you go. Willa said, when I was a nanny, I'd get the kids to show me where their bullies lived, and I'd confront their parents. And that's it. And the problem is that nobody thinks that their little angel is being a bully. The same way that a lot of parents can't believe the same way that a lot of parents can't believe that their little devils are angels at other people's houses, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
But we had a problem with my daughter, my second daughter. She matured quite quickly at a young age, and there was a young man and this was in grade 9, and there was a young man who was sexually harassing her, and we talked to the school, and they did nothing. We talked to the school, they did nothing. We called the police, nothing was done, because the school did not put anything in writing that we had called them or doing anything. So finally, we told my daughter, you have complete permission to take whatever matters into your own hands you would like. And so this one guy came up behind her while she was at her locker and grabbed her by the breasts.
Oh, my.
She turned around. She pulled the glasses off of his head, crushed them, threw them down the road, grabbed the back of his head, and it met the locker. We get a call from the school saying my daughter beat up a boy. So we called them in, and the parents were there. And we said, we've told you how many times that he had been sexually harassing my daughter. All of a sudden, the look of shock on the parents' face hit as they realized that no, he was not the victim in this.
No, well.
He was he was the result of self-defense.
Yeah.
And like you say, parents don't believe, not my kid.
Well,
Can't
no,
be my kid.
there's a book that I did by Rita Taves that I illustrated called the Bully, the Bullied, and the Bystander. And you can get it online. It's a workbook. And it talks about the different spider web of things that affect. Well, it's not just the person bullying the person, it's the people watching it happen.
Yeah.
It's teachers watching it happen. You're just as bad as the bully. But a lot of the bullies are bullying because their life is messed up. So there's
hurting people hurt.
Huh?
Hurting people hurt.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, if it's happening at home, they take it to the school. If their self-esteem is messed up, they're going to take it on to somebody else. And it's just a domino effect, you know? So it's a huge problem. And who has the right? We have all the, as you said, Naz, the pieces in place, but how to properly enforce those.
If you don't enforce it, if you're not enforcing it, you're condoning it.
Yes.
I know that's harsh to say. Now, on the lovely part of this, we are raising some of the most compassionate kids that, you know, and understanding. Look how many people are now so comfortable coming out of the closet or coming out and saying they're trans or coming out and doing that. So we're headed in the right direction.
We're headed in the right direction.
And all the kids doing their
Slow,
own.
there's still infected nose hairs out there that are they're just troglodytes. They're just thick-skulled, you know, cavemen that they just don't get it.
No, they don't.
You know, and I don't have the answers.
No,
I don't know. Look at my face. Look how mad I am that somebody touched your daughter. Like, I am furious.
Well, they have policies in place, and I get that's their answer.
But they don't do anything with the policies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, so you know, it covers their ass, right? You know.
Yeah.
But,
it's, you know what it is? It's black smudges on a white paper because that's just words that nobody's enforcing.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right.
We had a neighbor kid that picked on me. His name was Timmy, and he beat me up in my own yard. And so my dad chased him around the block and lost him. Like, the kid outran my father by far. But when the kid came back to his home, there was my father and his father sitting on the porch waiting for him. And his father said, "Timmy, come here. Mr. Dobre here wants to have a talk with you."
Yeah, well, that's the way it should be.
I remember doing something, and my dad asked my neighbor, "Do you want to use my belt?"
Wow, that's good. That's good.
I remember a teacher. I lasted, I think, 2 days at a Catholic school.
Oh yeah.
And I had a teacher, a nun, break a yardstick over my shoulder. So I went home. I didn't hurt. I've always been a thick lad.
Right.
And I went home and I said to my dad, and I told him, he made me get on. I told him, I said, "You know what? Broke the yardstick over me. I knew she was going to be in trouble. I had a welt on my shoulder.
Sure.
I knew she was going to be in trouble." My dad made me get on my bike and pedal to the Beaver Lumber and spend $1.96 and buy a new yardstick that I had to take back and give to her because I had broken her yardstick.
Wow, that's good.
That's wonderful. I know you have to go right away, but
I'm good. I'm good. I got a phone call. My son is unless you need me to go right away.
No. I want to share
all.
something. I want to share something with you.
He doesn't have to go anywhere.
No, I want to share something with him anyway. And with everybody else, because not everybody that's watching today was on with us for New Year's Eve because they were doing their own New Year's Eve things. So I had compiled some of my favorite moments with John from the previous shows, just a couple of them. I want to share them with you.
Okay, I'm going to go pee.
Shaquette.
How dare you say that to me?
Oh, here comes a Bumble.
Didn't I tell you Bubbles bounce and then their head falls off? Have a very Merry Christmas. Tear it off, it fell off. It's kids are at home now crying their eyes out. Look, it's Linda Blair. There we go.
How did it end?
Can you show it again?
No. Stop!
All right, that's it.
I thought that's what you meant.
But look, I saved my beard for you. That's
Aw.
what,
I'm John.
that's disgusting. So
It's
if
in a bag.
I know it's my new item. It's called John Youngberg's Beard in a Bag.
John's bag.
I can only make.
John's hairy bag.
All right, I can only make one of these a year. So
Guess what's not getting into the show on Shaw?
I don't want-
Vagina trophy?
Look, okay.
Crotch
How many
goblins?
times are you going to say that?
Oh, that's my new word.
Nice.
It's probably because I'm going to be the one that kills you. You did not hear that, Winnipeg Police.
Yeah, yeah.
Bid now for your John Youngberg hairy bag.
No, it's beard in a bag. You
Oh.
sick bastard. Give me that.
Well, it's a hairy bag.
Stop playing with it. You- wow.
This bag exploded all over me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the bag really exploded.
Yeah, he's trying to grab it out of my hand, and hair went everywhere. It was in my clothes. It was in my keyboard.
And you're worried about where zits come from. Those are ingrown hairs, you jackass.
That's right.
No, I wasn't worried about where they come from. It's where they grow.
What are you talking about?
You know,
Are you going to go back to zits because they
no,
thought
no,
I'm leaving?
no. Do you know that today is the
Nope.
first Sunday of the new year?
Yeah.
I had a tradition that I started.
Did
to
you know
do.
that last Sunday was the last Sunday of last year?
Yeah,
You're
It-
right.
It coincides. But I had started a new thing. Every first Sunday of the year, I would take a humongous crazy carpet
Oh no, okay.
and go to Green Hill and see how many people could get on it. The first year, it was a 4x10, so 40 square feet. And this is what it looked like. Right up the top of the hill, you can see it as it starts.
Green Hill?
Green Hill, that's Garbage Hill.
Well, call it Garbage Hill. No one knows what Green Hill is.
Well, it's a White Hill, first of all.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and there's
No,
garbage.
but the
under
park
it.
is actually called Green Hill.
Well, they shouldn't call it that.
And so that hit the news, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's wonderful. That's really cool." So I decided I was going to up it. The next one was 4 foot by 40 feet, 160.
Yeah.
See that kid in the
No,
way?
that was graphic. That was physics. That wasn't you
That,
steering.
that was
it.
me steering with my ass.
Does it have a rudder?
No, my ass. I was digging my ass cheek in.
You better be saying mass.
Yes, I am. I was using my mass,
Yeah, that is.
my mass cheek.
And did you go again? Because then it would be uno mas.
Yeah. Oh, we went a number of times. It was funny though. All these adults saying, "Yeah, I'll be part of it. I'll be part of it," and all they did was throw their kids on, and it was like 3 adults and all these kids on this thing.
So,
That's awesome.
well, yeah.
I don't sled because I know that I'm going to end up accidentally clear cutting something. Right. That's why I don't.
Well, that was the danger. People kept getting up in front of us, and we were going to take somebody out.
Yeah,
But
you
we
can't
didn't.
do that now because of COVID.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right. Now, Tazzy, I want to bring up something. It's no secret that you and I have done a couple of books, he and I, and illustrations. And you and I are the worst procrastinators because it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, we can talk
we
about that later.
We've got so many ideas in the fire, as you say.
Yeah.
Let's make a point this year of getting them done because I need motivation.
I actually had Anita and I had a conversation about
Who's Anita?
Anita. I don't know how to say her last name. Daher. Daher. She's written some children's novels and a children's book.
Oh,
So I actually that's what I was going to talk to you. It's on my list of things to talk to. That I talked to her a few weeks ago, actually before Christmas, summertime, June. I talked to her a while ago, and I've got to do a mock-up of the book, and we got a couple more illustrations because I've put the mock-up in. We need I think 2 more, so you'll get those done straight away.
yeah.
And then get it out there. I also was talking to, okay, sorry, during Santa Barbara, Santa Andreas, San Andreas, San Diego, during Santazzi, where I was doing that.
What?
One little boy, I said, "What do you want for Christmas?" As
Yeah.
Santa? And he goes, "I want a hippopotamus with a horn." And I said, "You mean a
Rhino?
rhinoceros?"
That's yeah.
Yeah, you want to? He goes, "Yeah, a rhinoceros." And I said, "What? A rhinoceros." And I said, "Oh, and I can't. Those are really big." He goes, "I know they're really big, but I have
doing your place.
and it's huge." I said, "Okay, well, I can't really bring, but I need you also to bring me a pair of boots, some gloves, and a snow shovel." I said, "Oh, to shovel snow?" He goes, "No, a case of poops."
Yeah, what are you doing, the rhinoceros booth?
Well, that's so when he said rhinoceros, I couldn't concentrate on the rest of the call because I then came up with about 25 names of animals. So the idea is that the animals want to have a Halloween party, but they can't. So the a wizard or something comes and grants them a Halloween party at the zoo. So it's a rhinoceros, and the elephant becomes an elephantum, and all the right. So do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can also make it even more cheerful and say these are all the animals that didn't get on the ark and drown.
Wow.
It would be a pop-up book. It'd be so easy. You pop it up, they're just floating. I think it'd be awesome.
So I'll pitch the books.
Okay. I'll draw them.
And then I'll erase.
I can't wait to see what a rhinoceros looks like.
A rhinoceros.
I've seen who you.
A rhinoceros. Isn't that awesome?
I see. I already have it in my head. Have it up here.
Exactly, right?
Yep.
A rhino with on its horn. It's got the wizard cap. Right?
No, don't tell me how to do my
A
design.
sorcerer. Okay, a rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros. It's got to be a girl. It's a rhinoceros.
Sorceress. Okay, got you. I was thinking of like a dinosaur version of rhinoceros.
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 I have something on the end of my nose, but I can't get it.
That's why they're so angry.
That's why he's so angry, because he's got a donut at the end of
He
his.
can't wipe his butt.
What?
He doesn't have to wipe his butt. He's got his tail.
Yeah,
That's a T-Rex.
yeah.
Yeah, but because there's lots of dinosaurs with long arms. That's what they're famous for.
Yeah. Of course. You should see them dunk a basketball.
This is the dumbest conversation I've been in like 2 hours.
It's the Sleevosaurus.
That's good. I'm an orangutan-wang-dosaurus. There you go. Orange Utang. What are you looking at, Taz? You cutting your nails again?
No, I'm reading the. No, I don't have a grinder. I was reading the. I've got attention deficit disorder, and he keeps putting down the comments, and then he like us on Facebook or subscribe to YouTube channel. So.
Oh, you?
I'm reading the scrolling things because I.
Oh yeah. Because we need more YouTube people like us, and it's free to subscribe, and then we can do more things. But it's funny you said grinder. Grinder. You know what that made me think of immediately? This is how my mind works.
Pornhub.
No,
I didn't say grinder.
Back in New England.
Yeah, you did. You said you didn't have a grinder to do your nails.
Yeah, nails. Yeah.
Oh, a side grinder. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Because back in New England.
I thought you were talking about an app.
Is that a
Can
sandwich
I
of some
finish?
sort?
Yeah, it's a submarine sandwich is called a grinder.
It's
Or
a sub-
or it's called a grinder. Gonna go get a couple of grinders. You know?
Why do they call them grinders?
I don't know. They just call them grinders. Or
What?
they're called poor boys down in the South.
Yeah.
And submarine sandwiches basically is the universal term, but there are regional names for them. And like in New England, it's called a grinder.
Yeah,
Why are they called
there's the whole.
They look like a sub. That's why they're called sub
Do you
sandwiches.
think they look like a submarine?
Or we're not going to call it a goddamn suppository sandwich.
I don't know.
They might.
I don't know why it looked. By the way, when you play this back and he says suppository, and you look like you're pulling some out your arse.
No. Once
I was pulling my shirt down. Yeah, I get it.
they're in, and you better trim your nails.
You're gonna be like, and it's like, oh yeah.
This come with an applicator now.
You just be like, oh, with that. Okay, so that's awesome. We'll just put that down.
Take out wrenched ankle.
I just put the. That's where that went. I didn't know where. I got to learn to look before I sit down. Excuse me.
Oh, very good. You got to watch your beard more often. You got dingleberry.
There you go.
So when are we having lunch? Oh, we can't because of COVID.
We having lunch? Chicken wing?
I actually had a woman when I had my beard, my big beard. I take it off. I'm going to grow it again, of course, because I got a couple big projects coming up for next Christmas. But a woman actually
You
pulled
have a couple what?
a big project as Kringle coming up next December. But
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
talk-
okay.
I'll talk about that later. But anyways, I actually had a woman, total stranger, pull. It was at work. I worked for Manitoba Harvest. Harvest,
Yes.
Harvest Manitoba. Like they changed the name, and she's a coworker. And she goes, "Hold on," and she reaches up. She pulls out. I kid you not, a piece of a Dorito, because I eat Doritos on the way to work. I always have a bag of Doritos with me. And she goes, "Excuse me," and she pulls it out. I just thought that was hilarious.
That was for later. That was my snack for later.
That's right. Yeah, that was so embarrassing.
That'd be okay.
Yeah, I missed out my
It's okay. We'll get Johnny to draw stuff. He'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's no problem.
Look at the difference between New Year's Eve and now, eh? And it just keeps growing.
No, that's because you're Israeli and you're hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a chia pet.
Yes.
Well, that was an awkward silence.
Oh, not for me.
Oh man, I love you, Tazzy. You're so awesome. You do so much for the community. And how can people find you?
Well, I am not good
Usually on
at
the corner.
but they can get a hold of me at BigDaddyTaz.com, or they can every one of my, I think we got 300 episodes or more on YouTube right now of Tazzy Reads.
Tazzy
Right
Reads
on.
and Big
So
Daddy
if you hashtag Tazzy TAZZY Reads
you Canadians,
REEDZ no, it's not Q, but that they can get a hold of me there, or just just Google me. I'm pretty famous.
Is that the
yeah,
one?
they can find you no problem.
Is that right there?
That's the one, buddy. Yep.
Excellent.
No,
Well,
I've been putting this off because I didn't think it was going to go this well.
what? Talking, you son of a bitch!
And you're welcome to join us anytime. you
Anytime,
like.
man.
Oh, I love
Anytime.
to. Yeah, no, I was too depressed for a while there to join in with you guys, and it was just the way it was, and I should have. Every time Youngberg and I get together, Lugnut and I, we the last thing we say is, why don't we do this more often, right? And
Yep.
we just we're just. At least we're letting each other talk, because usually we talk over each other and we're laughing so hard, the conversation, then I'll call you back and go, oh, here's what I needed to talk to you about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as often. See,
Yeah.
I don't pronounce the T in often. I say often. That's the only difference about getting together often.
Yeah.
He says, let's get together often. And I say, what do you mean? You mean often?
Well, that is the proper way to say it, but still,
I never was proper.
no.
Where'd he go?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there we go.
Jeez, I wish I was wearing a red shirt and I'd be off the show already.
Hey,
Hey, if stormtroopers faced off against red shirts, who'd win?
I don't know. Is this a joke or is this just a
No, it's like,
question?
there's a meme about it, and I was always wondering.
the red shirts wouldn't
The
win.
nerds-
The red shirts on Star Trek wouldn't win.
I think personally, I think that the stormtroopers would shoot, they'd miss, and the red shirts would still die.
Yeah, they probably would. That was
Well, if they've got armor versus,
yeah, a red shirt.
a Fruit of the Loom red T-shirt versus plastic armor. Pay attention to me. I'm over here, you guys.
All right, my glasses
His
just
glasses fell apart.
Yeah,
Which ones?
The ones that are on the table.
the damn ones from Zenny.
I'll fix that later. I've got a
Yeah,
screwdriver.
doink. But I have the screw here. First screw I've had in this house. Okay, there we go. All right, that's perfect. I can fix my. You do have a little screwdriver.
Yeah, I've
thing?
got a screwdriver set.
Aren't
Yeah,
you?
he's got little nuts as well to go
Yeah.
on the end of the thing.
Why? Why do I allow myself?
You know,
Oh.
there's not very many of us that still put up with you, Youngberg. You're pretty happy to have us in the U.S.
Yeah, thanks a lot, pal. You better enjoy it now while you can.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, let's get together soon, often, and we want you on the show again, often.
You know, I'd love to be on often.
All right, you got it, man. Anytime you want.
All right,
And
brother.
bring the Weebies sometime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And Miss Christie's hand. Miss Christie's hand. She's famous
you know
for that.
Somebody stopped us. We were out in front of the house, the old place, and somebody drove by. They saw the pink Jeep, and the girl got out and she goes, I watch you read. Oh, cool. Can we get a picture of you and Weebies and Miss Christie? I said, yeah, for sure. So I put my arms around Weebies like that. His head is here. And then Miss Christie puts her arms and she says something to her mom, and the mom goes, Miss Christie, can you just put your hand?
It's like the thing on Adam's Family.
Yeah. And Miss Christie's hand is always, it's just the hand that's there, right?
Yeah. That is fantastic.
Well, you guys, I appreciate you letting me on and talking about as open as we are about mental health. Just remember that to everybody. I need everybody to understand that it's, everything's feeling pretty cool right now because Christmas and things like that. But some of the most anxious months are coming up. And just remember that anxiety is a thief, and that it steals your ability to love yourself. It steals your ability to feel love from others. It steals your hope. It steals your ability to know that everything's going to be okay. So what I do generally is anxiety and excitement create the same endorphins in your brain, the same chemicals in your brain. So if you tell yourself you're more excited about things, right, and study up on the gut flora, which is how your stomach, what you eat affects your brain. Because often I was waking up angry or hurt already or anxious, and what it was that my gut flora was out. So your stomach lining and your brain membrane are the only two things in your body made out of the same material. So it sends signals back and forth, and it can actually really mess up your mental health. Because when we get depressed, very rarely do we eat. Oh, I'm depressed. Let me get some leafy greens and some spinach. It's no. Give me some stuff deep fried in mayonnaise, right?
That's true.
So that's one thing that has really changed my life is the gut flora. Learning about what I should be eating. It's also putting in liquid vitamin D, liquid vitamin B, and omega-3. I use a krill oil. Those three things can really help with your mental health. That and being open about it. So those are just the things I wanted to talk about. That's how I've been getting through stuff. So
all right, Tazzy, listen, love you, brother, and we will have you on anytime you want about anything you want. Thanks for spreading the message.
No worries. Lots of love, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I don't know how to hang this up, so I'm just gonna. What do I press now?
Just close your window.
Okay.
No, on the computer.
He's such a hoot.
Yeah, he is. He's a great guy.
Gotta love him.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that was a fun show.
That was. Hang on, I picked up some things. I want to see if you can tell me what these are.
What or what?
I've got to find them first. Okay, first of all, what is? Where'd it go?
I have no idea what he's doing, folks. I'm just as in the dark as you are.
What is that?
That is a dust mite.
It very good. Close. It's not a dust mite. It's what's called a tardigrade.
Oh, no way.
It's one of the few creatures that can live in environments that the rest of the animals on the planet cannot.
Well, can you see
Toxic. They say that they can actually survive the vacuum of space.
Well, I had no idea that.
Okay, you ready for this one?
I can't wait. Oh, my Lord. That is a turtle that has an albino turtle with a weight issue.
It is an albino turtle, yes, and they're found
Which end of it?
off of China,
Oh.
off the coast of China.
Is that the back
That's
end or
its
the
head.
front end?
That's it.
Oh,
That's the beak.
or maybe he swallowed his buddy.
No, he's he's pooping out a fish. No, that's his head.
I can never look at that the same way.
Yeah, he's pulled his head in.
Yes, of course. It's like a cold shower.
Isn't that a really neat way of defending yourself?
Yeah,
To be able to suck your head right into your body.
right in your ass. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a picture I was trying to find earlier on for the last show.
Okay.
When we were talking about, my mom was talking about the kids.
Yes.
My mom's online, so we're gonna bring her on just in a moment.
Okay. Yeah.
But here we are. There's the three of us.
Oh, Bobby, Peter, and what was the other one?
Mickey.
No. It was Greg, Peter, and Bobby. Yep.
Yeah.
The Brady
Mark-
Bunch.
I am the taller one, Mark. My
Where's your chin?
it's in a turtleneck,
So you don't have a chin
And-
there, but you got like 3 of them now.
something like that, like a Chinese phone book, more chins.
Yeah.
And then
Even
the
older.
medium one is Mickey, and the youngest one is Stevie.
Oh, good.
right? And that's in front of where my father used to work, Kelly Fairmart. But you can see my mother used to dress Mickey and I alike.
That's nice.
I think she hated us. Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. I
What you
did. I
eating?
dressed all of you alike.
You
I
did?
know.
Hmm
Oh.
What are you munching on?
I made stuffed green peppers.
Oh,
Ooh.
I love those.
Yeah, well,
I've made those once or twice.
the rest of the house doesn't like it when you have those.
No, definitely not. Costco had good ones.
No, that's
Yeah. They're expensive as all hell,
Who else is
but
on
man,
there?
are they good.
Taz-
Tazzie's still there.
That's good.
Easy
Yeah,
to make. It's very easy to make.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, no, wait. Don't bring up any new recipes until you send us the other ones. You remember our friend Pam from New England?
She wants to make some.
She wants to do one of your dishes on the air. And she used to have a cooking show, but you have to get your son those recipes.
Okay. The thing is that I have to write it down because when I make it, it's not by recipe, it's by my head, like by feel. Like I don't have
So
a
make
recipe.
one and write it down as you're making it,
Hmm
and then freeze it and send it to me.
I'll write it down and I'll
We're interpreting your mother's
send
dinner.
it to you.
We're going to
Actually,
sit and watch
her-
your mother eat
Her
dinner.
dinner is actually interrupting our show.
That's
Right,
right.
Yeah, I'd love some.
son? Share it with Jojo.
What's
I'll
that?
eat for both of you.
There you go. Well, I feel like I've eaten for both of us today. But thanks for popping on.
And get us those recipes so
Yeah.
Pam can actually cook one on the air while you're watching on the show here.
Okay.
All right.
All right?
Okie doke.
We'll see,
Okay,
we'll see you on here next week, Mom.
bye-bye.
So before we go,
Yes.
a couple of things, housekeeping things. Like us on Facebook.
Please do.
Um,
Even if you don't like us.
yeah, but just like the page. The wonderful thing about that is that it'll notify you when we are going online.
That's right.
Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Doesn't cost a penny.
Nope.
Zippity-doo.
Yeah, and the funny thing is how many people ask how much does it cost?
Yeah, it does. Just because they say subscribe,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it costs anything. It's
Yeah.
not like you're subscribing to one of those naughty books or something.
But once we get to 100 subscribers,
Huh?
we can actually change the IP or the web address
Yes.
from YouTube /9000
Squiggle letters
yeah,
and dots and things.
down to we can actually name it now what, so that you can actually find it much easier
That's right.
and tell your friends and everything else. Please pass us on to your friends. Get them to watch the show.
Mhm.
I don't care which country they're in, because this is, although we are Manitoba based,
We have viewers in the UK. We have
Yeah.
Finland. We've got California, New England. We've
Israel,
got Israel, India. Yeah, we're everywhere. Ontario, Transcona, the tropical paradise that is.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Well, another show come and gone. Big
Yeah.
thanks to Big Daddy Taz. We love you, brother.
Absolutely.
And you are on this show anytime you want.
Love having you on. Love having you
And
on.
your mother, too.
It saves me from talking to John.
That's right.
So, anything else before we go, buddy?
No, I'm good, man.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, how long do you stay Happy New Year before you stop? Seriously?
I usually go until about the first week is over.
Okay, that's good. And
I mean, really, it's like, because you don't get the chance to talk to a lot of people.
that's true.
Right,
But you
so-
already know in April, it's
I've got a lot of regular customers at work. I'll say Happy New Year for the first week when I talk to them for the first time.
that's nice of you. All right. Gotta go.
I got
Things
also
to do.
thank you for the sparkly hat.
Oh, I
John.
got you that for New Year's.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
but
such-
that-
He splurged.
yeah, it was at the
Yeah.
Dollarama.
Yeah,
Yeah, evidently this was an essential item.
yeah, $3.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
If you
Essential.
went to Dollar Tree, it would have been $1.25.
I don't care. The day I have to worry about $1.25.
No, but the fact that you went all out for me like that
Get your
is
hand off.
touching.
Get away
It's
from me.
touching.
Stop it. Get away from me.
All right. Here, you bastard! Oh, you prick!
Bye,
All right.
everybody.
The brand new. This is the brand new end credit. Watch it. I think I did a good job.